What's up, everybody? During our last 8S Kraton video, I said I didn't want to compare it to the Xmaxx, at least my Xmaxx anyway. The funny thing is while we were filming that day, we returned the truck and there was a guy there that had a stock Xmaxx, so we did actually get some footage of it running up against the stock Xmaxx and the modified Xmaxx. Well, kind of anyway. The battery died in the 8S Kraton and the stock Xmaxx actually took a poop. But here's a quick comparison of the two.
I do like how this just looks mechanical and beefy under the hood versus Traxxas. Their stuff's all proprietary. Like, they've built their chassis around their electronics versus
they
also fit.
They also cram it right down the center, which really makes it a pain in the ass with this bracket.
Also makes stuff run really warm in here.
Chassis.
Hobby Wang gang, folks. Get in where you fit in. Hobby Wang gang.
So the chassis is slightly wider than the Xmaxx.
The stance is slightly wider.
It's slightly wider, but to be honest, it really isn't that much wider. I mean, it's only... Uh-oh. I got my damn car key in the freaking pocket. He likes to hit the panic button in there. So, you got one... It's only 2 inches wider.
And that, we don't know if that's wheel offset or the hub design.
Because the arms are the same length for the most part. It's only a 1/4 inch difference. So it's got to be offset, and the fact that it's wider back here.
We'd have to take all the wheels off
up here
and slap them together, chassis to chassis, center them up, and see what exactly.
So it does have a
slightly. If we want to get that serious about it.
It looks longer, but that's just an illusion.
About the same length.
Because they are pretty much
even,
dead on balls the same length. It might be a 1/4 inch longer. I think maybe it's just because I'm used to looking at a Kraton. It just seems so huge. But it's really not that much bigger than the Xmaxx. So we're going to run both of these tomorrow. And it's not going to be a really fair comparison. Because as you can see, I've got the Max 6 stock motor and a ton of upgrades. And this is also geared for ludicrous speed.
What's the gearing you got in the Xmaxx?
2250. So it's actually not a tall top speed, but...
Massive amounts of low end for sure.
Yeah, so it's definitely going to beat it in the whole shot. It's going to be a comparison between the two, but it's not really going to be a fair comparison because, to be honest... I have tuned this and upgraded this to actually run more like one of these. So it's not going to be a quote accurate.
It's not going to be a even race.
Especially since this is bone stock. But we're going to see what it's capable of either way. I'm assuming this is going to do some more backflips. Definitely more backflips and probably a couple other things. Maybe some more air because it does, I think it is a little bit faster. Longer jumps. I already know straight off the bat this is going to handle like a freaking champ compared to my trashy over here.
The Xmaxx.
And I ain't hating on it, but god damn, I love and hate it at the same time.
Keep in mind...
Watch some of my older videos and you'll understand why she's the Xmaxx. Maybe I'll put a link to them in below. Yeah, this is a very heavily upgraded modified Xmaxx, so it's not going to be a complete accurate.
Let's also take into consideration that the Kraton is almost, or is 5 pounds heavier than the Xmaxx.
It is, and it's under geared.
Yep.
They went very conservative with the gearing. They could have went up, from my understanding so far in videos I've seen, they could have went up a lot.
At least 6 teeth.
Yeah, at least to a 23.
Just upset everybody.
Oh no. It didn't light on fire.
Nope.
Oh, hold on. Let's really irritate him.
Hell, that body even looks cool in the Xmaxx. It matches your green, too.
You know, it's kind of funny. They both look good. God, those arms seem so much longer, though.
Yep.
Even though they're not. It's weird. That one just goes up. Yeah, I mean, this isn't even a stock suspension, so it's not even going to be an accurate comparison between the way they handle. I spent a lot of time, money, and effort getting this thing tuned to handles so much better. So it'll be entertaining either way. At least you'll know what it takes to get your Xmaxx to run like one of these suckers over here. Even though we look like a couple of Arrma fanboys here, I wanted to get everything lined up. So you got your 6S Outcast, 6S Kraton, 6S Infraction, 6S Mojave, and now the 8S, the first Arrma 8S.
8S?
8S. All lined up and pretty. It's not that we're Arrma fanboys, we just like running what's good. We don't get paid to do this, we don't get paid to run these things. Remote Control Hobbies, Baltimore North is awesome enough to lend us this, and this when it first came out. So we could run them.
Were we the first people in the state of Maryland to have an infraction in our hands before release date?
Probably.
I think we were.
And we ran the pee out of it.
I think we were one of the first videos.
To run the piss out of it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, people were babying it, but nobody was really beating it up.
No, we beat the crap out of it.
So that's what we're going to do to this poor girl tomorrow.
Send it.
We're going to give it the full RC Workbench abuse. I don't know, man. Any thoughts on it? Other than the fact that everybody's kind of disappointed it's not a monster truck?
I just hope it's a good contender. That's all.
I mean, I understand why they do it and why they did it like that. That's just their niche.
Yep.
But a monster truck, yeah, I'm disappointed. It would have been cool, but I get it.
Is it an Xmaxx killer like everybody was assuming?
No.
No.
It's a completely different...
it's a whole different platform. It's not even a similar platform by any means.
No. No, you're basically comparing apples to oranges, I guess. They do have about the same ground clearance.
Yeah. Gotta have that clearance.
Although that's going to have a lot more drag on it. Because there's more surface area on that chassis. This one kind of has that V like a boat. It's like Arrma has to put a wing on everything, though.
Yep. It doesn't need it.
Arrma wing sauce. I put that shit on everything. Yeah, we're Arrma whores. But I love my Xmaxx.
Trashy.
So, it's not that I dislike Traxxas.
Look at this dog just bouncing out of nowhere.
I just want to clarify that for the record.
I got a mini Revo, a Revo 2.0, and 2 slashes, but they keep my shelves warm at night.
So our buddy Brian actually had his stock Xmaxx in his shop when we stopped by to drop the Kraton off. Wanted to take the Kraton out, and I said, hey, do you want to run the Xmaxxes with it? He was like, hell yeah. So we got this video pretty much at the end of the day, so the lighting wasn't really that great, but we still had a blast. Hot Rod's actually running my Supermax, and Brian is running the Kraton. As for myself, well, I'm just trying not to get hit by either truck. I mean, it's obvious, you can see that the Supermax is way more explosive off the line. That said, to be perfectly honest though, the Kraton, with the conservative gearing, honestly didn't fall too short when it came to distance jumped. Most of the time it was only just a few feet short of what the Supermax could do.
Where was this thing held in by?
Just that post.
Are you serious? Was it in the ground?
Yeah.
Where?
Right here.
Yeah, come on back.
You're gonna have my edit of parenting.
Anyone with two eyes should have been able to tell by now that the Kraton handles way better than the Supermax, even with all the suspension upgrades and tweaking done to it. That could be a byproduct of the AVC, which I'm sure does help it handle better, but we had it turned down all the way. We're still not really clear on if that means it's completely off or not though, but it still handles way better. Hot Rod's here and he's going to tell you just how much fun it is to try to control my Supermax. And yeah, I know I called it the Trash Max earlier in the video, now I'm calling it the Supermax, but it's a bipolar relationship with that truck. If you own one, you know what I'm talking about.
This thing handles way different compared to me playing with that crate. Sorry, Richard.
Oh, I don't care.
You want me to film?
No. So how much fun is it to run the Xmaxx versus the Kraton?
The Xmaxx is definitely more fun because it's a way more violent vehicle, especially airborne. Well, I mean, yours is in stock, so it's got a lot more ass than a stock one. As well as the gearing. Your gearing is just retarded. Your gearing screams just blow diffs as much as possible. As far as pound for pound vehicle comparison, I think the Kraton just all around handles better for stock out of the box vehicle. The way it handles compared to an Xmaxx, the Xmaxx is going to require a lot of money in suspension upgrades alone. Xmaxx is a monster truck, and the Kraton is a big ass truggy. Truggies are meant to handle. The way I look at the Xmaxx is it's great for running into things, not so much handling.
Over and through them too.
Yeah, over and through them, of course.
Kind of like I'm watching the video, and it's
Yeah.
like there's like a missile going through the air versus a warped cannonball.
Pretty much.
An
The
off-balance
Xmaxx,
cannonball.
the Xmaxx is definitely a cannonball. The Kraton you can send straight as an arrow. I mean, it's very controllable. I do like the way the Kraton lands, though. It's a very smooth landing. It doesn't bounce the car up and down front to back or wobble side to side. Arrma definitely does their homework with their suspension. If you look at your Technos and your Low Cs and your Team Associateds and all those, they all use that flat chassis, low center of gravity, long control arm suspension. Only the travel needed, not as much travel possible. The AVC is something that I'm not a fan of. I'd rather see if there's a way to turn it off, delete it completely, and turn the punch up and see what
Just
that thing's.
replace the receiver with
Or-
one that doesn't have it.
I
Yeah,
don't think this thing can get that much air. It doesn't have the speed yet.
like Richard said, replace the receiver. But I'm really curious to see what potential is still left in the 8S Kraton. Yeah, that's my main complaint is I wish the damn thing was much faster.
What do you think of the Super Max versus the Stock Max?
Stock Max is a heaping pile of just, I can't even say it. It is a friend of mine's Xmaxx, so I don't want to be too mean, but if I ever had an Xmaxx, I couldn't leave it in stock form.
He does
I
do
don't
some
know.
cool front flips.
He does.
I'll give him that.
Brian is a very good driver.
It's like a
but
professional.
a stock
It's
Xmaxx.
kind of cheating because he used to race.
Yeah, he did very competitively. I mean, is it cool?
It's
Yeah,
like
I
a
think they're
soggy
great.
napkin. It's like a spit wad.
Pretty much. Yeah.
Giant spit wad.
Yeah.
You got stock gearing, don't you?
Yeah, I guess I should change it now.
Like, look how good that handles versus the stock one.
Yep.
Just a joke.
Yeah, it's night and day. But it does take a lot of money to get an Xmaxx to handle, as well as Richards. Stock out of the box, Kraton doesn't need really anything for handling.
I just want to see how much more explosive we can make it.
Yeah, I think gearing, AVC delete, or disable, or new receiver, or...
It's 100% stock. I haven't changed anything.
Hey, look at that. What happened?
Oh,
Stock Xmaxx
Stock,
exploded.
yeah, stock Xmaxx broke. Yeah.
Kraton's been jumped all day
Yeah.
long. No
Yeah.
break.
I have a pen set.
Yeah, it's that extra weight.
Carnage.
Xmaxx broke in about 8 minutes that day, and the Kraton got ran for a few hours.
My Super Max ran, but I had to spend $900 in upgrades for it to do
This
that.
is very true.
It's a whole different. I'm not even going to drive it. The throttle, dude, because it is super.
Really hope that Kraton can be made much, much faster.
This is actually Brian driving the Super Max for the first time.
He did not know what to expect from it. I actually had to tell him before he took off, watch that throttle, it's a little touchy. I don't know, man, whatever people tell you, the 8S Kraton's a piece of crap, and it's not tough, and this, that, and the other. All I gotta say is...
Get informed, not
Yeah.
influenced.
Yeah, get informed, not influenced. Go out, find somebody that has one.
Every truck has its faults.
Yeah,
Find somebody that's actually as passionate about
Yeah.
RCs as you, and they'll actually let you drive the damn thing and
Yep.
make the opinion for yourself. That's how we get all of our demos.
yep.
Those tires grip a lot better than the other ones.
I know they do. Man, this thing's good.
We're not paid for this.
Nope, we're not sponsored. We became good friends with a shop owner, and we spend a lot of money there. And
It feels like an Xmaxx. It feels like I'm driving an FG. You ever driven an FG?
No.
It feels like an FG.
so it's a favor they actually do us, because the man doesn't have to say, "Here, go try this out. Film something. Show me what it can do."
Is it dead?
Nah, it's not dead. I gotta run over to Cool's. I'm gonna take that truck back. Mike gave me a time limit.
Yeah, did he?
Yeah. That was awesome. Man, I don't even want to give this thing back.
That's heavy.
It's easier to drive than an Xmaxx, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
All right, folks. Till the next one.
See ya.
See you.